Okay, what's up guys? Today we're going to be playing some Scribblenauts Unlimited. I don't want to spend too much time on an introduction. I just want to get a couple of things out of the way before we get into this. The first is kind of a disclaimer. I'm not the best at spelling, so if I misspell something obvious, forgive me. I know I'm going to hear about it in the comment section. There is an autocorrect thing, but I will still be embarrassed. The second is the fact that I'm kind of annoyed that I was not able to use my Wii U Pro controller for this. But then again, it kind of makes sense because this is a spelling-based game. And the Wii U gamepad would be like the piece of paper and the stylus would be like the pen. So, yeah, I kind of just wanted to get those things out of the way before I forgot about them. I am going to try and shut up through the cutscenes. There's like 2 of them in this whole game. I've beaten it before, but I beat it like a while ago, so it'll still be not necessarily a blind playthrough, but it's not going to be boring for me either. Another thing that kind of bothers me is the fact that in the new Super Smash Bros. Wii U, there's not a single reference to Maxwell or the Scribblenauts, you know, universe, if you will, which doesn't make any sense to me because it is an interesting original character, and this game basically sold me the Wii U. So yeah, I just wanted to get those things out of the way. There were just some thoughts I had before we started. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm gonna press start for a new game.
Our story begins with Grandpa Edgar and Grandma Julie. You might not believe this, but Grandpa Edgar used to be the world's greatest adventurer. Grandma Julie would beg to differ. She was also an adventurer. Edgar would
The cutscenes for this are very cute. They kind of remind me of a kid's school notebook drawings.
They competed like this on adventure after adventure. On one adventure, Julie beat Edgar to the top of a long-lost pyramid. But the treasure she found was an engagement ring. The two of them semi-retired to start a family, and they continued starting that family until they had 42 children.
Oh my god. She can't be healthy after that. Having 42 kids?
Two amazing gifts. The first was a magic globe.
Okay, so I take it the 2 parents favored Maxwell and his sister because they gave them those magical items.
And poof, the word would come to life.
Oh man, Maxwell's a vandal.
Our parents were worried about us turning out to be spoiled little brats.
I like how Nintendo put in that DS plugin. Then again, they do it with Pokemon all the time, so.
We ran into an old man who said he was hungry. Maxwell made something to give him, but he played on.
I like how Maxwell could be doing all this good stuff for like humanity, but instead he's pranking some old guy. Yeah, you deserve that curse.
Some sort of magic. He called us spoiled little kids and then disappeared. It didn't seem like anything had happened. But when Maxwell turned to continue down the road, I couldn't follow him.
It's not fair that she got punished for something he did, but then again, she's a bystander, so she's just as guilty as he is.
Our brother Edwin's farm was nearby. Boy, you should have seen how angry Edwin was. He couldn't believe what we did to the old man and said we probably deserved what we got. Lucky for us, Edwin knew about starites. Starites are magical objects born out of the happiness of others.
Okay, so we make people happy and get some starites.
You will find starite. Hopefully, if Maxwell used the notebook's power for good, he could collect enough starite to remove the curse. Maxwell said, "That's it. I'm gonna go out and do good things for all the people I can find."
I like how now he's just thinking to himself like, hey, I could use these powers for good instead of being a mischievous imp. Okay, so speaking of curses, I tried to record Zelda Ocarina of Time last week, and keep in mind my N64 hasn't screwed up on me in like 20 years, and all of a sudden it decided to. The second I pressed record, the N64 reset itself, and then fast forward like an hour after that, I tried to record it again, and this time the N64 didn't reset itself. My computer reset itself. So whenever you hear YouTube commentators mention the what's it called? The recorder's curse? Yeah, it's true. It does happen. Okay, so let's get moving here. By the way, I am recording gameplay with an Elgato, and I'm using a Turtle Beach headset for commentary. A lot of people like to know what a commentator is using equipment, like for their equipment. So alright, tap Edwin. Earn a starlight by helping Edwin with his award-winning pig. Alright, I'm down for that. Okay, so this is kind of a tutorial level. You're gonna have to bear with me, I can't skip it. So turn the runt of the litter into an award-winning pig. Write an object to help Maxwell scrub the pig. Okay. We are... Try something to clean the pig. Okay, so we're gonna go with sponge because we're starting out easy and basic, so. Scrub, scrub, scrub till the water's brown. That was a Hug Me, I'm Scared reference for those of you who have seen that YouTube video. Tap the progress bar for the current hint. We don't need hints. But I guess I gotta remove that. And for some reason the pig wanted to use the sponge, yet he's already clean. The pig looks great. Now use an adjective to increase the pig's size. I know this isn't an adjective and it's probably not gonna work, but wait a second. Okay, yeah. Steroids. Yeah, okay. I didn't think they were gonna let me use that. I was just kidding. So, it was a joke. Calm down. Huge. Nice. Help the pig win the talent competition. Use an adjective and a noun to create wings large enough to carry the pig. Hints are unlocked over time. Tap on the associated object to view its hint. Okay. We don't need hints, but I'll humor the game. I need wings large enough to help me fly. Okay, I get the pigs fly joke, and this game is kind of, I'm not going to say based on a children's, like, it's not meant for, well, it might be meant for kid gamers, but I've noticed a lot of like older people playing it on YouTube for Let's Plays, so. Alright, huge wings. Again, this is a tutorial mode, so we are limited to what we can put in at the moment. The magic backpack stores objects for later. Throw the wings in the backpack and wait for the judges to arrive. Okay. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, whoever brought the guinea pig should just win by principle. But we are going to put some wings on our pig. Honestly, they shouldn't let a mutant pig win, but you know, that's their opinions. Like, look at it. It's obviously had some performance enhancing drugs injected into it. Okay, and the guinea pig ended up getting second anyway. Alright. Yeah, the basics completed. Total star rights 1. Continue. Earn shards by helping people. 10 shards will form a starite. You're going to have to forgive my reading. I am looking on the Wii U gamepad, and the writing is very small, and my eyes are not the best for small font. So, use starite vision to find shards. Okay. So, it's obvious that it's going to be the farmer right ahead of us, but again, if I was a kid, I probably wouldn't know that. Although back when I was a kid, like 20 years ago, games were a lot harder, and I didn't seem to have a difficult time with them. Like, I think they take it way too easy on kids nowadays when it comes to games. Okay, tap golden. Okay, tap him for the hint. Help the sprout grow. Alright, we are going to go for a rain cloud, because rain helps plants grow. And it turned into a crab claw plant. It kind of looks like that Pokemon Trapinch. But, you know, whatever. Anyway, the plant scared away the other shard opportunity. Reset the level to return all objects to their original state while keeping your earned shards. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, it's giving me an option to basically wipe the slate clean, but keep my reward. It seems like they're taking it easy, but, you know, I'm not going to be too nitpicky with this game. Press the plus button to reset the level. Yes. I think I'm going to record like an hour of this and then split it up into like 15-minute videos. And then I'm going to record an hour of another game tonight and then split that up into 15-minute videos. I might also add some stuff in editing, so. While the notepad can create many things, vulgarity, copyrighted materials, and proper nouns are not allowed. That is not entirely true. The fact that I'm playing this on a Nintendo console, you are allowed to create, well, yeah, the notepad can create, I mean, you can create your own objects and characters, so technically you could add in vulgarity and copyrighted materials and proper nouns. But anyway, what I was talking about before I sort of drifted off there for a second in my thought, you can actually, or the notepad can actually create all the Mario characters, well, most of the Mario characters and most of the Zelda characters, so that is not true. Okay, so see, the basic thing to do, we're getting a little bit of, you know, we're getting more options here when it comes to creating stuff. So what I am expected to choose is like a chainsaw, but instead I think I'm gonna go with a termite. See, again, my spelling is okay. It's, you know, decent. I could probably hold my own when it comes to this children's game. Okay, for a second there it made me nervous because I saw the fighting symbol, but it was just the termite fighting with the stump. So alright, and we are done there. Learning the basics was just the first step towards saving Lily. Use the bus stop to begin your journey in Capital City. Okay, you can now play as Maxwell's brother Edwin. Tap Maxwell and select pick avatar to play as any unlocked brother. Okay, so I'm not gonna bother doing that. If you want to know what the character looks like, he's basically that the farmer brother that we just saw. That guy right there. Alright, we are going to head into the second level. Just let me see how long I've been recording for. If this interferes with the recording, I apologize ahead of time. We've been recording for 14 minutes, so I still have quite a while. Capital City. Let's get into it.